welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got the Always Autumn Gift Boxes die set from Tonic Studios to share with you. And this one has got 70 dies in it. So 70, that's an awful lot of dies, and it creates two delightfully unique autumnal gift boxes. So one of them here is in the shape of a rather big acorn, and this one is in the shape of a, what's that, sort of a gourd, a squash, or a butternut squash or something like that. They're really, really lovely dies, and you can see some examples on the back, and then these are all the dies that would be in your set here. So please subscribe to my channel. I would love you to do that, and you'll see lots more of these videos, and hit the notification bell and you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos as they come along. All my affiliate links to everything that I've used or everything that I use in this video and others are all always found down below in the description of this video. So thank you very, very much. Subscribing to my channel doesn't cost you anything, and using my affiliate links doesn't add anything at all onto the price, so I really, really appreciate that. Anyhow, let's open this up and have a little look. We'll have a look at the dies, and then I'll just get cracking and we'll start to make something. So those are all the dies there, but you can see when you open up your folder, this is the packaging, and just inside there you're going to get instructions. Hopefully you'll not need those if you're going to follow along with me, but the cutting list is here, and I'll tell you there you'll need 8 of the base panels and 8 of the lid panels, etc., etc., for creating the acorn gift box. And then likewise on the other side it gives you the cutting list for what you'll need to make the squash gift box. So you could make these look very, very natural looking by using natural colours, but if you want to get really creative you could use patterned papers as well. And I see someone here on this one has used the most beautiful Harvest Cascade papers, which have just been released by Tonic. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I've been making a few things with those, and you might have seen them in a recent video as well. So let's have a little look right here. So the first thing I always look for in a new die set is, as well as the dies that make up the unique set that is actually advertised on the packaging, I always like to have a little look and see if I can get some extra mileage out of it by seeing if there's anything else that I can use for other things. So there's two 10-sided shapes here that will be used as layering. There's smaller dies here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are octagons, 2 little octagons. Then we've got some leaves, 2 little ivy leaves, some little mushrooms here, and a little fir cone, a leaf, and then an outer one for it there, a bigger fir cone, an acorn and its outside edge, some other really, really beautiful leaves, and a beautiful gift tag there, thankful, and that's got the leaf shape, but it's also got a debossing element in it as well, a couple of little layering flowers, and some foliage here as well. And then this one says warm hugs, and that's a debossing one. So all of those, and probably some of the others as well, if the truth be told, could all be used on other things too. Anyhow, I'm going to do some die cutting, and I'll be right back, and then we'll get set to making a beautiful gift box. I'm going to make the acorn gift box first of all, and I really, really love this time of the year with all these beautiful colours. So I have picked out some Copper Mine Satin Effect Mirror card, and I've cut out 8 of these, and then I've cut out 2 of these little octagons. So these are the 3.1 centimeter octagons. You'll need 2 of those, and the first thing we have to do then is to attach all of these onto here. So first of all, I have already gone ahead, as you can see here probably, and I've added some double-sided tape the whole way down all of the sides of all of these pieces that I've got cut out. Now that would not normally be my go-to type of adhesive for this kind of paper or card, but normally I always like to use wet glue, so I'd be using the Deluxe Nouveau adhesive. This time, just because of so much to do in a video in fairly short time, I'm going to use this, but I'm also going to use spots of the glue the whole way down that as well, just to keep that. So you can see whenever I come to do this, I'll be adding these pieces directly onto here, and I've already got some little bits of double-sided tape on the bottom, but it's actually just to sort of G up the video a little bit, because the shiny surface in this would take ages to dry. I really love the effect at the end, but you know, it's having patience and having time's the thing. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and add all of these on the whole way around here, and then we'll start to join the sides up after that. And then I'm going to add this piece right over the top, and that tidies up the little glue tabs in the bottom and also strengthens that. Now I'm going to take the backing off this adhesive tape, the double-sided tape here, and I'm actually just going to show you here that some of these are glue tabs and some of them actually aren't. These little square pieces here are not actually glue tabs, so you don't actually need to have glue on those or adhesive on them at all. But just because I've used the tape, it's there, they're covered already, and it doesn't really matter. But I am definitely going to add some of this on as well. This will just speed the process up by having that tape in below. And I know some people would prefer to use the high-tack tape. Certainly you can go ahead and do that too. But just go very, very slowly, take your time, one little bit at a time, and make sure you get that curve right, and then straight up to the top there. So once you've got one done, just do the same thing the whole way around the base. I've got all of that together, you need to turn these pieces over at the top. I've already gone ahead and put some double-sided tape around there, and this time I'm not even going to add the glue onto the top of that. I don't actually like glue being visible on the other side of satin card or mirror card or anything like that, so I'm just folding these over, and that will strengthen the top. I've again just used ordinary double-sided tape. You could use high tack if you like, or I'm presuming that most people wouldn't actually be using the mirror card or the satin card, so just go ahead and use glue there. I had left that aside for a couple of days because I had to get on with something else, and now I've come back to it. And in between time, I had a look at some pictures of acorns, and I love that kind of streaked effect that were down some of them. And I came up with this idea. I hope this looks nice to you, because I actually really, really liked it. I've taken some gold glimmer paste, and I've got a kind of an old scuffy brush, is that what you'd call it? It's not smooth, so what I'm doing is just applying some of this sort of streaky, but I want to have it very much in a sort of linear fashion down the acorn, so like that. I don't want it completely covered, but I do want sort of in lines. I want a streaky kind of effect, but all going the one direction. I've already gone ahead, and the bit that I've done actually looks really, really good in real life, so hopefully this will all look nice. Just remember not to go across the way. You really just want to go up like this. And as I say, this is a fairly old brush, so it's really good for this. Now I'm going to just put a little bit more on there. I'll check. I don't think any of it needs any more. And I'll set that aside to dry. Oh, it does look good. It actually looks beautiful in real life. I'll set that aside to dry for a little while I carry on with making the next bit. And I'll wash my brush in the meantime. Moving on to the top part of the acorn now, you can take this die and again cut out 8 of those. And I've cut them out in brown. You'll also need at least one of these little octagons at the moment. and just do exactly what we did for the top part there. You'll go ahead and, sorry, for the bottom part, go ahead and glue all these little tabs on here. So I'm putting glue just around the bottom of each of them, and then you can put that right on there. Now I'll be able to go in at the end and cover all those glue tabs with another little octagon. Forming this lid is exactly the same process as we used for making the base of it. So you'll just put glue on the glue tabs. I didn't even sort of mold these or round these at all because I'm using 240 GSM card and it's quite pliable, so I didn't even have to do that. But take your time, put the glue on each tab as you go along, just hold it for a second or two until that grabs, and then move on to the next one. And carry the whole way around like that, just taking care each time to make sure that you have all of these edges pushed up towards each other and lined up really well before you move on to the next one. Whenever you get them all glued together, then you can go ahead and fold these tabs over here, so you're sort of creating a little ledge along here, and add glue onto these little triangular tabs here. And you can join those all together the whole way around. Now, it might have been slightly easier just to fold those tabs at the start whenever I was sort of assembling the thing, but it's actually pretty easy anyway, so just go ahead and do that the whole way around there. And to finish that part off then, I added the other little octagon right over the top there. So that strengthens this piece and covers the glue tabs, so you've got one on the inside and one on the outside. Now there's lots of pieces of embellishments here and different little panels that go on the top to decorate this, so I'm going to get all of those ready and then we'll start gluing those on. I think it's much easier to leave it to this stage so that you can do that and actually see where they go, and it just keeps it all simpler. Now this is where you can get very, very creative by adding all the layers that you put on the top, and as I said before, normally you would add all the decorative details. It would be easier to do it as you go along before you assemble everything, but in this case it's actually better just to leave it to now. So there are bigger dies which I have just set aside here, and then these are the smaller ones that correspond, and I've cut all of these out. This is the beautiful Harvest Cascade paper. It's really, really lovely, and it goes really, really well with what I'm using it for here. So sorry, wrong glue. So I'm just layering all of these up, and I'm just going to show you how to do that. It's really, really simple. You'll see it here. It's just a matter of layering the smaller one on top of the bigger one like that, and you'll need 8 of each. I've gone ahead and attached one set on here just to show you. So I'll put another one on. I couldn't resist putting that on already just to see what it looked like. But anyway, here we go, and I'm just going to put glue on the top section of these and not the whole way down, because as you can see on this one, I came back and then I was able to flick the bottom up. Now I haven't curled it at this stage, but it's really nice just to be able to flick that up and give a little bit of shape to it whenever you come to the end, just like this. You know, turn those pieces back and you can see the side profile there. You can add more dimension if you want to, but I've just left it flat until I've actually had them all assembled and all glued on. And then, oh, I wasn't looking there. That's the right place for that now. So you'll see that, sorry, I should have pointed that out. The little lines here just mark out where you're supposed to put all these little pieces, and you just pop them on there. And again, just by putting the glue on at the bottom half, I'll come back when the glue's dried and flick those up then. So that one goes on there. Then this large piece here with the 3 scallops at the bottom goes on next, and again just in the same way. So you'll see there a slightly different way of assembling them than you would think. So just take a wee note here and have a look at how I'm putting these on. So there's 2 there, 3 scallops here, and then we go for another 3 which is smaller just here, and put the glue again, we're only going to put the glue on the top of all of these, and that goes on there. Now right on top of that one, you're not going to go to the next piece here, you're going to put one right directly on top of that. So go for this one, the 2-piece one that's quite wide, and put glue across there. Now just get it right out to the edge to make sure it grabs on properly, and pop that right on there. Isn't this paper lovely with that? Really, really beautiful. Then you'll go to this piece. That kind of looks like a hoof to me. Anyway, enough of that. Just put the glue on there. That goes up on the top. See, just like that. And then you can take the tiny wee one, and we're going to put some glue up at the top part of that. I was turning that round trying to find where the top was. When the paper was on, it didn't look very apparent, but there you are. That's it. And that's the way they all go on. Now that's it just when they're quite flat like that, but then I'm going to come back when that glue has grabbed and flick them all up like this. But now I'm going to carry on putting these on the whole way around. And look, it's going to be lovely, isn't it? Doesn't that look really, really lovely? Do you know, I'll give you a little tip with this. If you've actually made this and you haven't got these glue tabs really, really well pushed together, and there's a tiny little gap or something, when I've put that glimmer paste down, you can't see it. It covers it all, and that actually looks perfect. There was only 1 or 2 little gaps that I wasn't just 100% happy with, and I was going to live with them, but now that I've put this glimmer paste on, that has actually made this just look perfect. So there's the little box, there's the lid, and I really, really love that paper. Actually, I should just say too, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, even just now while I'm carrying on with this. Okay, now let's move on. So we're going to make the little stalk, or the little piece for the top here, and you'll need to cut this out twice. And I have burnished and scored, even scored and burnished, all the little fold lines the whole way around that. And I'm just going to glue this tab here, right down there, and put this one over the top. So there you are, just like that. And then again round here, and we'll make one solid shape with that. Now you'll be able to fold all of those glue tabs in just the way I've done there, and take your other piece here. Now I might add a different colour on top of that, but I'm adding this one on right now just to keep this in shape, and that'll hold it all together. And then we'll add the other piece on at the bottom to sort of connect this onto the top of the little acorn. So there you are. Just check the whole way around that you've got the top edges all flush, everything just sitting right. At this stage you can actually just still put your finger in through the bottom of that and check that everything's in the right place. I'm going to just put a pen right in there and make sure that's all well connected. So there we are. Now you'll take the 2 octagons together and cut those out together like that, and that will give you, first of all, it's going to give you this bit that you can actually put on top of the lid here, or you can, that's not the lid, what is that, the stalk, the handle, whatever, and then it'll give you this piece here. So take all of these little pieces and hold them in just like that, and pop them down through here. See, so they're all on the inside, and then you can put a little fine bead of glue, or maybe just do it with my precision nozzle, that would be better. Don't need very much. The whole way around here. And then you can turn all these pieces back, just like that. Now I'm just going to put it down on the desk, and then I can press those pieces down. And that way I'll know they're all connected and they're all in the right place. And then all I need to do now is put glue around this and add it onto the top of the acorn, and that's it all done. There's lots of other dies in that die set that I can use to decorate this and add little tags and all sorts of things on. That there looks absolutely gorgeous. But I'm going to wait until I finish the other one, and then I'll come back and I'll decorate both of them, and you'll see both of them finished together then. I'm going to make the gourd now, so I've got this die here and I need to cut that out 10 times. So I've done that, and then the great big hexagon, so that's the outer edge. It's not a hexagon, this one's got 10 sides on it, so you'll need to cut 2 of those out, and then we're going to decorate this as well. So I have used this one, which fits in here, that die, and this one fits in here, and I've cut 10 each of those out. I used the beautiful paper here from the Same Harvest Cascade pad. It's really gorgeous, and I have already laid this on. Now you can see I've got all my other bits and pieces. They're all ready here to roll. I'm just going to show you how to get these ready to put onto the 10-sided shape. So they start off flat like this, and while they're flat like that, take something like a pen. This is just a Nuvo alcohol marker, but you want something really without a straight line on it, because if you were to use something with a straight line, you might get a ridge down this, but because that doesn't have an edge, you can just sort of smoothly curl that, and that will give that just that little bend that you need. And then go ahead and turn all these back. Now you'll see little square tabs there. They're not actually glue tabs, they're just little spacers. So the rounded ones are the glue tabs. But there you are. Now I've gone ahead and I've got 2 of them already attached on here, and you can see already that these are just going to get glued by this bottom tab here. Now let me see, I'll just get the glue, and that just goes on there. It's really simple. There's just a lot of cutting because there's 10 sides to this, so there is a bit of die cutting, but you can prepare this in sort of sections or whatever. Do the die cutting all together and then move on to the next part. But take your time, make sure that you've got these all leveled up exactly with these little edges the whole way around, and you'll see them all nice and neat on here. When we come to the end, I'm going to do the same as what I did with the other one. We'll be putting another large shape over the top to cover those, just to cover the glue tabs. So go ahead until you've got all of these glued on at the bottom, and then we'll come back and attach them all together up at the side as well. Whenever you've got all of those pieces glued on there and it looks like this, just give these little tabs a little bit of time to make sure that the glue's properly dried before you start to do the sides on them here. So you can go ahead at that stage and add this other shape on over here, and that will cover all those glue tabs up. Now again, this is not difficult at all, but it does take just a little bit of patience to hold these pieces. You really only need glue on these ones that I'm putting it on here. These are the rounded tabs. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little on there too. They're actually just to make sure that you don't get any little gaps down the sides, but I do like to put glue on them too. So when you get all of those glued together, you can go ahead and just start here. Now, little bit by little bit you'll get there. Don't rush it. Actually, it's easier this way. So once you've got this one in place, hold that just for a second or two. The Nuvo Deluxe adhesive is absolutely brilliant for this because it doesn't take too long for the glue to dry in the right position. Once you've got it there we are. Just hold it with your thumb in at the back there and just carefully go along each little piece like that until you have the whole thing right up to the top. And this is where it's important that you've already curved that, because then it doesn't naturally want to curve when you're putting these two seams together. So don't rush it, just enjoy it and you'll soon get there. much in the same way as I left these pieces to dry on here and didn't go ahead and do the side pieces before I put this on. I would just leave this one to settle first and then leave one out and go on to the next one. That way you're sure that this is all attached properly, and then you can come back and do this one, because if you rush that at all, you're going to start moving it around to do this one and you could very easily pull this side apart. So just leave one out and carry on with the next one and work your way right around until you have them all joined up. The base then is made in the same way. So you can see here the bottom of it on this part has the flat part on the top, and you'll cut 10 of these out and then 10 of these, and I have glued them just on down here so the rounded bit sort of comes up like this, but you'll see it only fits on one way anyhow. And then again curl them just a little bit with the pen, turn this back, glue goes on here, and this is just done in exactly the same way as I've done that top one. I'm going to fit all of these right around there. When I've got them all on, I'll just join the sides. I say just join the sides as if it just takes a minute or two. It actually does take a little while, I know that, because you have to hold them together and just have patience with it. But it's not difficult, it just requires a little bit of patience. There we are, that's how that should look at this stage, and that lid just fits on there. And look, isn't that really lovely the way that scallop just comes down and sort of meets up, or almost, you know, you'll have that little space there as well. So I have then taken the large 10-sided figure, shape, die, whatever. That was the second one that I put on to cover the glue tabs, and then down here, and then on the top I took the smaller one and I cut it out in the same beautiful patterned paper, that's this one, and put it up here, and that is the actual shape of the container and the gift box finished. Of course I can decorate that up in different ways, but now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the little stalk. Now I did actually go ahead a little bit with this because well, I just forgot to film it, that's the truth. So we're going to take this die, that's the one that I used there, and then this one in the center. So the only thing that you do with that is you cut it out, it's just a flat shape, and then you burnish all the sides and you just start sticking them together. So they really just all come together from this one point, and all you need to do is put glue down these areas here and here, and you'll see that you can just hold that in there and that one in there, and there's your stalk this time. So it's not the same shape as the other one, and it's actually shorter at one side than the other. Again, this little piece right up on the top there. So now you want to take the piece which is called, on the instructions you'll see it here, and it's called the stem guide. And I have to tell you, I spent way too long looking for that die. I just wasn't sure what it looked like on that set, and I thought, oh, mine must be missing, but that's it there. So I cut that out, cut it out in ivory as well, as the same colour as the stock here. So while I'm looking at this, you can see there's a little tiny little indent there, and there's also a little indent here. So you will line that up, put that little indent in right where that is on the die here. Now all you need to do now is put glue around all of these little tabs and fold them back onto that shape. So just like this. And there you have it. Now I'm going to add some glue onto this area here and just attach that right up on top like that. So that's my 2 gift boxes, and do you know, I really enjoyed making those, and they're very different shapes, very different to anything else I've made before. I like this one because you can put something tall in it. You can get plenty in these. They're very big. I'm not sure if it actually tells you the finished size on the box here, but if not, I will measure them and let you know. I'm really delighted with the way that one turned out, because I love this kind of effect on here. Now I'm going to decorate them, and I am in a bit of a rush, so I'm just going to show you some of the bits and pieces that I've cut here, and then the little dies that I've used, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done with them. So there's a big die that has the shape of a leaf on it, and that is this one, and you can cut that out just separately as I've done here. Really lovely leaf, and that has a little tag on it. I was going to layer these up, so I've cut it in a satin card, and I've also cut it in plain card there. But you'll find this one as well inside the set, and this one says thanks, and it's a little debossing plate. So if you put that inside the die like that, tape it down, run it through your die cutting machine on satin card or some kind of card with a sheen off it, you'll get this beautiful debossed effect on it there. And then you can sort of go ahead and layer these up if you like, something like that, or just whatever way you like, and attach them to your gift boxes. There's also this beautiful little leaf which I have cut out here in the patterned paper, and then we've got 2 dies for the little acorn. So this one will cut out the solid shape like this, and this one here cuts out this beautiful shape here that goes on top. And I've just left a couple of those little bits in on some of these because I just thought that was a really nice effect. So there it is, one on patterned paper, one satin on top of ivory card, and then this one is the other way around. And then obviously you've got these bits if you want to put them in. Really lovely little pieces that you can paper piece back on again. And then there's also some foliage, which is really beautiful, and I've cut some of this out. So I'm going to go and attach this on now, and then I'll be right back and show you the finished items. Well, I just added a little leaf here, and I don't know if you can see that too well, but I've sort of flicked the edges up, and then this little piece here and here, and looped a piece of ribbon through the large leaf and put 2 little acorns on that and hung it from that one, and that's really lovely. There you are. So there's the 2 little leaves again layered up, and I've just put the little acorn and this other little leaf on there, and I'm hanging that over the top, and look how gorgeous that is. I'm really delighted with those, and get loads of things in there. I think that would be really beautiful. I've actually got someone in mind at the moment that I'm going to give that one to. So I hope you have enjoyed it. I have loved it. These are really fantastic. I don't think that the die set is actually called Always Autumn, and that means that, you know, to me, those are not just for one time of the year. You could use those at any time of the year. You don't have to put this thankful in here. You could put a stamp on that, or you could just leave it plain as I've done here. That would look beautiful at any time of the year. And also, to get extra use out of all of these dies here that I was using for the tags and things, you can use those in cards too, because that would be absolutely beautiful. I'm in a bit of a rush at the moment because I've just got to the end of this and I've loads more to do with other die sets, so I can't go any further with that one, but do remember to use them for other things as well, and change up the colours. That will totally change the look of these. If you've liked this, if you've enjoyed the video, and if you enjoy the samples, think they're nice, please give the video a great big thumbs up and leave me a little comment. Just say, that's lovely, just whatever, something encouraging. That helps my channel, and I do need that at the moment. Lots of things have changed, and I'll be making a video soon to let you know how you can continue to support me. But in the meantime, these videos are just for you, just for me, and if you're buying anything at all from them, I really would encourage you to use my affiliate links, because I'll get a little commission from that, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And if you subscribe to my channel, that will help me, but it doesn't cost anything to do that as well. And I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Until next time, happy crafting. See you soon. Bye bye.